Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Miami. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. In motion, Aguilar. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Ask them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops.
So now then, the big loss sets up 2nd and 19. From the gun, Jackson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Ice jam! Ice jam! Ready. Solo left Zion.
After the turnover, it's Tua. Flushed out right. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
Ready, Josh?
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
High. Hey. Ready, Josh?
Tua going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
2nd and 10.
44. Ready.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Let's go.
Tua sets up to pass it. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by the linebacker, Kyle Van Noy. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early. I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. Bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. In motion goes the tight end. Now Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Jackson to Bateman there for the Baltimore first.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Jackson now. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line. Aguilar in motion left. Now it's Jackson. They're looking deep here for Flowers. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Partner, the good ones have a clock running in their head, okay? Because it says something like this. I got this many seconds to find the target. After that, I have to tuck it and try and get some yardage on this 1st down snap. He doesn't just get some yards, though. He gets a big gain, and they'll come right back with another 1st and 10.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Cup 19! Cup 19!
Here's Huntley. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Seven Pirates!
At the 36-yard line.
Huntley looks to throw. He'll buy some time right. He'll dump this off to Achane. It'll be a gain of 5. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Now Huntley rolling to his right. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Set. 65 catch. 65 catch. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. Cougar 19. 19 Lions.
Here's Huntley. Eluding the pressure right. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Big Lion. Ready.
Huntley to throw. Dancing to his left. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late. So the big play nullified, a legal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13.
Ready. Check. Panther. Mustang 19. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Trap 60. Trap 60. Let go.
They're going for it. Huntley. Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 33. That's back-to-back drives that have looked pretty good. The offense was moving the ball, but in both cases, the defense comes up with a big INT to get off the field.
How about the layers of intrigue that continue to get added as we watch this game unfold? Both offenses, they're a little bit discouraged with how their drives ended. How will each respond now and can either mount another positive series that ends in points for their team?
They begin with Henry, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And that is incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Henry up the middle. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the football myself.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll run. It's It's Henry. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there. But they do convert on fourth on their own side of the field. Close to the 50, but their own side of the field. They only needed a couple of inches, and they were able to get it done.
And it doesn't matter whether you're a zone blocking team, a man blocking team, gap blocking, whatever you want to call it. When it's in this situation, it's really man-on-man, isn't it? Who's going to win the battle? And right there we saw it. At the point of attack, find enough yardage to pick up a first down. Give him credit for that one.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. A toss right to Henry. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On 3rd down, Henry. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
John Harbaugh going to roll the dice. They're going for it on 4th down. And Bateman, he'll go in motion right here. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Forced out to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions. Three consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he'll be out right at the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
21G, 21G.
First down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Long. Out.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa buying time to his left. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Tua. Flush to his right. And he's taken down inside the 30. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion. Hey. Hey, Watson, Oscar. Watson, Oscar. Watson, Oscar. Hey.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. Now Tua. Flushed out right. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. Now 3rd down and 7. Looking to pass. Tua escaping the pressure right. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half. Full yard shy of the 5. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time. Now a gain of 20 here. Here we go now on 1st and goal.
Turbo 3, kick.
They're going to look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Another try after the 1st down sack. Tua. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tua fighting his old Alabama teammate, Jalen Waddle. And the Dolphins post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here this 2nd quarter. Tua and the Dolphins offense staying put. They'll go for 2.
The Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Turbo 1, high. 20, TX. Solo left Zion.
Tua going to try and throw for it. Being chased out left. And that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Call that a very strong gain of 24. In motion right is Aguilar. They go play action now. Jackson. Henry's got it out on the left side. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Throwing is Jackson. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. In motion, Aguilar. Now it's Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And it's up and good, so maybe a bit early here to try to match the two. They're content to trail by one at 8-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with a one-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
At their own 38-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Tua sets up to pass it, eluding the pressure right. Throw caught by Achane. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up the third down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he goes out of bounds, it looks like right at the 50. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Hey, long.
From midfield, here's Tua. Tyreek Hill's got another one. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one. Tua going to throw. This one thrown underneath to Achane.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flush to his right. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up first and goal.
Watson, Oscar. Hey. Scat. 20, TX.
They'll look to throw again. Steps away to his left. This is caught. Touchdown! Tua fighting his old Alabama teammate, Jalen Waddle. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Inside handoff, Henry. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
Hey, middle.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
No, we changed it.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. And that was one I kind of saw coming, Charge. He had a free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means the free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there.
After the turnover, it's Tua. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Watson, Oscar.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. There goes a deep ball, end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill with an amazing diving catch. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for 2.
21G. Ice jam. Corner, long. Out.
They'll try and throw for it. The third time wasn't a charm. They got the first 2 two-point tries. Still have the lead, but couldn't get the third.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for 2 so often?
Yeah, and we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game planned for, felt good about being aggressive and going for it, and right up until that one, they've got 2 for 2.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, Nick.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Third quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10.
Solo left Zion. Watson, Oscar. Set.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
20, TX. Solo left Zion. Turbo 1, high. Out.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
Whoa. Let's go. Hey, Watson, Oscar. Out.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Dolphins get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Tua and the Dolphins offense staying put. They'll go for 2.
The Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
21G.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he is not going to get to the goal line. And for the first time here this afternoon, they are thwarted on the two-point conversion. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Ball on the 39. Here's second down at 7.
13.
Jackson. No hesitation, goes right back to Likely. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And that's caught at the 2. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Entering accessibility screen, you have 19 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves. But we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now Tua. Flushed out right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion.
Here's Tua. Escaping the pressure right. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
It's safe. Go ahead. Watson, Oscar. Hey.
Looking to pass. Tua. He'll dump this off to Achane. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he's going to be out of bounds, a few yards shy of the line to gain. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
Solo left Zion. Ready.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They're going to look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Ready. Set.
Tua on 4th down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. After the interception, here's Jackson. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
It's Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good.
Hey, turn about 2. 21G.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Rolling to his left. And going deep for Hill. It's caught at the 10. It's a big play there for Miami. 43 yards.
20 TX.
Tua sets up to pass it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And the Ravens will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Jackson now. That is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Hey, report.
Now a handoff to Henry. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
And this offense on 3rd down today, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Off a play action. Tagovailoa. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by the linebacker Kyle Van Noy. And the Ravens are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey, and he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner, forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Tua going to throw. He goes back to who else? It's Hill. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
At the 1-yard line.
Ready. Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion.
Play action. Now it's Tua. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. The sack there by Roquan Smith. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Well, Charles, just impressive in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, special teams have really done their job. And here the offense doing its part yet again with another score in the 4th quarter.
I know it seems like something we shouldn't do because the scoreboard does tell it all. But let's set it aside for a moment. This game was absolutely memorable with how they played it. Really terrific effort, really well executed. Congratulations to them.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And then he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now it's Jackson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Solo left Zion.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. Here's 2nd and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Play action. Now Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official. 2nd and 15. They go play action now. Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And now here is another interception. And the Dolphins are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Dancing to his left. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.